Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2021 NFL mock draft video. Today, I am going to break down the Baltimore Ravens and what they're going to do with the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Now, if you're new to my channel and you're a draft junkie, welcome home. You're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified every time I release a new video. Now, if you've been here before, you already know the drill. Give me a thumbs up and drop a comment below with who you think the Ravens are going to take with the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Now, let's break down the Ravens. Last year, the Ravens lost in the AFC divisional round to the Buffalo Bills 17-3. So what I'm kind of looking at the Ravens in the offseason is how can they improve their offense. When you score 3 points in a playoff loss, that would kind of be the first thing I would look at. And so the Ravens really did a good job in boosting their offense with free agent signing Sammy Watkins. This is a legitimate number one wide receiver. I can vouch for him, spent his last 3 years in Kansas City. This guy's everything you want in a wide receiver. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, he's fast. He can run in the open field. This is a really big-time playmaker and an excellent signing for the Baltimore Ravens, but he's often injured, and to go into this season with a guy like Sammy Watkins, who's going to be your number one wide receiver, I think drafting Kadarius Toney makes a lot of sense here because you can't count on Watkins to play 16, well 17 this year, plus a couple playoff games. He's always had injury issues his whole career, so a guy like Toney could come in, and the best part is about drafting a guy like Kadarius Toney here is that he doesn't need to be your number one wide receiver. He just needs to help out. I mean, this is a run-first football team, so Kadarius Toney would help immediately on special teams, and he would just be your number two wide receiver, maybe your number one when Watkins is injured. And unfortunately, it's probably a question of when, not if. So Toney makes a lot of sense here. Another player that a real dark horse, but definitely a possibility would be Pat Freiermuth, the tight end out of Penn State. And I know if you're a Ravens fan watching this, you're going to say, hey, look, we got Mark Andrews. Well, he's an unrestricted free agent after the season, and you may not be able to afford to keep him. So drafting Freiermuth right here makes a lot of sense. Now, he's been really overlooked because you have Kyle Pitts in this draft, but Freiermuth would be the number one tight end in last year's class. And 27 is really good value here because you get an athletic tight end who can also block. And those are two things that you really need. You really need a blocking tight end. If you're the Baltimore Ravens, he does both things. Plus, you're also preparing in case you can't afford to keep Mark Andrews. However, this year, the Ravens have used two tight end sets before, so this would be a real good value here at 27. I could also see the Ravens going on defense here, specifically Trayvon Moehrig, the safety out of TCU. This is great value here at 27, and the best part is this is your day one starting free safety, and this would be an improvement to an already really good team. So you have some really good corners on the outside. A guy like Moehrig who could play free safety, did a lot of different things at TCU, a really smart player with tons of upside, I think makes a lot of sense here. And it was almost the pick. Almost the pick, and it still could be because it is a perfect fit. It's a day one starter. It's an athletic upgrade, but I got the Ravens doing something else. With the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Kwity Paye, outside linebacker out of Michigan. First off, Kwity Paye beats out Moehrig for two reasons. Number one, the Michigan factor. I really got a feeling if Paye starts to slide in this draft, Jim's going to go ahead and call his brother and say, look, you got to take this guy. We used him all over the field. He can really help your team out. And second, I have him over Moehrig just because he's the higher rated player. Moehrig, I think, would come in and be a day one starter. Paye could start, but he will be added in. You get you get a Pernell McPhee. He comes back. He'll probably be on one side as the starter, and then on the other side you have Titus Bowser. But in my opinion, Pay will beat out one of those two, probably McPhee somewhere halfway around the season. Now, if you do decide that you want to go with Morig, it's because he's a day one starter and you want to add some athleticism to that secondary. I wouldn't blame you, but I think the Michigan factor, and Pay's just the highest rated player on my board overall at this point in my mock draft. I actually think that there's a very good chance after the Patriots select at pick number 16, if Arizona doesn't decide to take Kwity Paye, I could see Baltimore start the maneuver around to try to get this guy, because he does replace Matthew Judon, who the Patriots signed in free agency. So I don't think the Patriots would take him at 15. So at 16, if you decide you're going to target this guy, I could actually see the Ravens trading up. In my final mock draft, I'm not even sure I'm going to have Paye falling this far, because he's a guy that should be going much sooner in the draft. Now, if you do decide you want to go offense, I 100% believe it's Tony. But if you go best player on the board plus the Michigan connection, Paye has to be the pick. But this video is designed as a conversation starter. I go ahead and offer my opinion. Now it's time for you to retort. Did you like the pick? Did you hate the pick? Did you boo me? It's okay if you did boo me. Drop a comment below. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. And if you're new and you haven't subscribed already, are you on crack? Hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. And guess what tonight is? Yes, if you're watching this Friday afternoon, 7:15 Central Standard Time, I go live on YouTube. I answer all your draft questions, all your football questions, anything you want to know the answer to, I answer you live on YouTube. It's tonight. So, hey, 7:15 Central Standard Time. I'll see you then.